As far as speaking is concerned, every language it is based on four skills. That is LSRW: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And whenever we are learning any language, whether it is Hindi, English, Spanish, French, whatever, we should work equally on all the four skills. Then only we can, become fluent speaker. So if I tell you about listening, at least 20 minutes or 30 minutes listening daily you have to do at least for 2 to 3 months. Daily listening practice must be there. If we talk about speaking, then you have to speak. If not more, if you are not having more time, then at least for 5 to 6 minutes, you should adopt the mirror technique. And in front of the mirror, you can talk to yourself if you are not having any partner, and you can record your videos, audios, so that after finishing your talk, you can listen them and you can come to know where you have made the mistakes and how you can rectify them.
So, hello, a very marvelous and fabulous good evening, ma'am. How are you doing today?
Oh, thank you so much. And a very pleasant good evening to you also. Yeah, I'm doing fine. And my teachings are also going on good because this is my first time I'm taking higher classes. But I am trying my best and I'm just, making all the stones unturned.
Yes, ma'am, I know you would not left a single stone unturned. That kind of capability and potential you have, and that's why they have chosen you to being enroll yourself into that higher classes. That's what I believe on, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so, ma'am, first of all, I just wanted you to introduce yourself for my viewers because maybe they are not aware of your
Sure.
high quality profile. So please go ahead.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity, Shiv. My name is Arti Choubey and I'm connecting you from Madhya Pradesh. And if I talk about my qualifications, I am science graduate and I am master's in English. And if I talk about my professional qualification, I am master's in education. I am a trained master trainer of British Council too. And my job demands, the polishing my skills so that I can be uh, ready for my learners, whatever questions they are asking me, what are doubts they are having. So I just keep on brushing my skills so that I can be ready to help them whenever they need me. So this is all about me.
Wow, what kind of supreme profile you have. Master, then again master, then British Council. Oh God, now I'm a bit afraid. My body is shivering. Shall I ask question to
Oh
you or
my
not?
God.
Okay, fine. No worry. I'm being prepared. Yes, Shiv, you can do it. See, I'm motivating myself. So, my first question goes for you. It's a very common and basic question that every single learner has been facing this problem. How they can improve their spoken English? What are the tips and tricks you can provide to them?
Yeah. As far as speaking is concerned, every language it is based on four skills. That is LSRW: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And whenever we are learning any language, whether it is Hindi, English, Spanish, French, whatever, we should work equally on all the four skills. Then only we can, become fluent speaker. So if I tell you about listening, at least 20 minutes or 30 minutes listening daily you have to do at least for 2 to 3 months. Daily listening practice must be there. If we talk about speaking, then you have to speak. If not more, if you are not having more time, then at least for 5 to 6 minutes, you should adopt the mirror technique. And in front of the mirror, you can talk to yourself if you are not having any partner, and you can record your videos, audios, so that after finishing your talk, you can listen them and you can come to know where you have made the mistakes and how you can rectify them. And when it comes to writing, so many people I listen that they say writing is not that much important. But according to me, writing is very much important. because at that time your hand as well as your brain both are functioning, and your brain is getting time to think that what you are going to write, whether this word suits this context or not, and if I write this thing, uh, my sentence will look good or not. So in this way you can take time, you can pause, and you can, but when it comes to speaking, once your words are out of your mouth, you can't replace them. But when it comes to writing, so you can have the choice, you have the choice to alter your words, your selection of sentences. So in this way writing is very helpful. And then comes reading also. So at the same time, small storybooks of lower classes, you can start reading, and then read one paragraph for 2 to 3 to 4 times at least, until and unless you just get the gist of that paragraph, so that you can write it again, you can rewrite that paragraph. And if I'm talking about the writing skill, what I am doing, yeah, what I was doing earlier when I started speaking this language, I used to write stories, the small stories which we learned in fifth grade and sixth grade, like the hare and tortoise story, like the mouse and the lion story. And I add many adjectives to that story. And I just magnify it. And in the very different way, I used to write that story of 1 page, 1.5 page, just by imagination. I create the woodlands, then I create the sports teacher, then the king of jungle, and in this way, I just imagining the sequence, and I am just writing everything. The story I am rewriting them again. So, my suggestion is that you should focus on all the four skills, and then definitely within 3 to 4 months it will take, and you can become an intermediate speaker. From beginner, you can come to intermediate speaker. So this is all my advice.
Wow, that's really amazing. Like story narration, story writing, being put ourselves into hypothetical situation and then using our imagination and visualization. It's really amazing. A combo pack of all this stuff. At the same time, we need to focus on the process of augmentation and magnification of our content in terms of writing will allow us to get the real exposure of this language. Am I right, ma'am?
So this is what I want to
Yeah,
tell.
okay. Wow, that's really amazing. Now, as you mentioned, like by following this tips and tricks, we can just switch from beginner level to intermediate level. My question here is how one then intermediate level of beginner can switch from beginner level to advanced level? What are the strategies he has to follow on?
So beginner have first he have to attain intermediate level, and then from intermediate level means the survival English. That means at least you can put your thoughts forward. If you are in any such condition, when when the when the people who is in front of you, the person who is in front of you is unable to understand your language, at that time you must be able to express your thoughts, your opinions, so that you can express yourself by using this language. This is called survival English. So once you have practiced this, now it is not that much necessary some learners who are satisfied at this level. They don't want to go to advanced level. But if a person, if he wants to appear for some exams, or like if he want to clear his C2 level or C3 level of that ELS exam, so for that, advanced English is required. And in advanced English, it is nothing but just you can, say your whatever you want to say. You can, if you can say it in a limited words, by making use of proverbs, by making use of idioms, and by using some a little bit of a different vocabulary. Instead of using basic vocabulary, you can use there the advanced vocabulary. And for that, your vocabulary must be strong. You must know some phrases. Yes, also just beautify your language. For to memorize them, to memorize some phrases, some idioms, and then you can use them while your speech. while you are speaking. At the time you can make. Now the question comes how to remember those things. The main thing is this: when you will just cram them, you just make the rectification of those words. I think they will not come to use when you need them. You will go blank. So words are always used according to the context. So whenever you are learning any new word, first you have to search the meaning of that word, and then you have to make use of that word in different sentences, in different contexts also. For example, if you are learning any new word, for example, say amicable. This is a new word for you, amicable, and you want to use it in your spoken language. So you can make a story of this word. Story in the sense that just cook up a story, false story it may be, and you can make use of this word amicable many times in that story. Like yesterday, I was in market. I was alone, and I don't know where to go. I just lost there because I was new in that market. So one boy, he came near me, and when I asked him, he was such an amicable boy that he not only gave me the lift, but he also took me to that particular shop also. And he was such an amicable person. And this cooked story will definitely help you to memorize this word amicable. And in this way, whichever vocabulary or whatever word you are learning, cook up the false story based on that word, using that word again and again, and then definitely you will remember when you will speak. So this is the strategy, because I am telling you not the bookish strategy, I am telling you whatever I am following and whatever I am telling to my students. So this is the way I tell them that they must memorize their words, make a list in your notebook. Just you keep on referring those new words, new vocabularies. Then only you can make use of that. So this is my suggestion.
Wow, whatever you have suggested, all these tips and tricks are based on some ground implementation, which you have already experienced in your
Yeah.
practical life. And that's really amazing. So, what about grammar? I am always ready to indulge myself in debate of grammar. Like teacher says now, grammar is so important. Without grammar, you can't speak English. And I'm the one who's always try to ready for debating with teachers. Yes, ma'am. I myself is not haven't learned grammar until like ever. I haven't learned grammar in my entire life. When I'm able to speak English, why not others? What do you think about it? Is grammar really mandatory to speak English, or without grammar we can?
Yeah, really, it's a debatable question. There are some English teachers, they say that grammar is the backbone of any language, and I also admit this thing that, yeah, grammar is definitely a backbone of language, but only when you are going to appear for some examination. Otherwise, if you are knowing survival grammar, that means if you have a knowledge of tense only, then you can go for it, because second language is always acquired. It can't be crammed, it can't be learned, it can be acquired only. And whenever we are acquiring anything, we are acquiring by listening only. So whatever we are speaking nowadays, we are speaking on the basis of our listening only, whatever we are listening again and again. So grammar has nothing to do with spoken language, because there are two things. One is accuracy and the other is fluency. And both things you can't expect in one go. That is, if you are fluent, forget about the accuracy, and if you are accurate, forget about the fluency. Both will can't go hand in hand. One of the things, it has to remain absent. Because when you're talking in fluency, at that time you can't remember the grammar rules, whether I use active voice or whether I use passive voice, or shall I use have or had. It comes automatically only by listening again and again. So grammar, yeah, of course it is essential, but it is not that much necessary until and unless you're facing some examination. If you are preparing for the exam, then it's necessary that you must be very grammatically correct. But in case of speaking, you can manage it. Otherwise, keep on thinking, and then just That person with whom you are talking, he will just go away, and you keep on thinking whether I have to use have or had or has or what. So we must speak it because we are not the native speaker of this language. So it will do, I think.
Wow, this is the very first time I'm meeting someone, I'm talking to someone who's being on my side.
I don't
Otherwise,
know.
I do have controversy, and I'm being diplomatic for the same statement that shall I learn grammar or not? And I'm a bit dumbfounded or sometimes dubious. What shall I do? I'm a bit confounded. But here I got a clarity from your side, and I'm very thankful to you. So, my next question for you is, as you said, fluency and accuracy. Now, do let
Mhm.
me know, what do you think about fluency? What is fluency all about in your terms?
Fluency. Fluency is nothing but just when you are, able to think, and at the same time you are speaking. What we are doing generally, the Indians, they are just translating the things. First they will think in Hindi, then they will translate, they will take time, they will translate the exact words in Hindi, and then they will speak. So if you are making this time zero, that means your idea generation is matching very quickly, is directly proportional to your speaking. That is fluency, according to me. Not that you are just for example, have you heard the Jadoo Boy, viral Jadoo
Yeah,
Boy from
I have
Jharkhand?
talked with her. Yes, I remembered.
So he is very fluent. He is very fluent. So is this a fluency? Means I'm not criticizing him, but he is also very much fluent. Means I was wondered when I was talking with him. Oh my God, very speedily he talks. Yeah, but your idea generation, as soon as your idea generates your mind, in your mind, and at the same time you are speaking also, that is fluency. That translating time you must make it zero. That is fluency. Don't think in Hindi and then translate and then speak in English. You have to think in English only, and then you have to, at the same time, you have to speak also. And I think this is fluency. If you are, you know, the same thing I'm repeating again and again, that you have to make this time translation time zero. Just implement it.
Actually, I'm quite lucky. Seriously speaking, I'm quite lucky. Though I'm not fluent, but still, I don't want that level of fluency as Jadoo has, honestly speaking, because the way he speaks is quite ambiguous. People get perplexed and bemused what exactly he is speaking. Now, when you are speaking English and the person to whom you are talking, and if he is not understanding what exactly you are speaking, now do let me know what is the fun of learning this language. Then you can speak your own regional language. For example, if I'm from Maharashtra and I do have my native language Marathi, and you are from Punjab and your native language is Punjabi, if I would start speaking Marathi as you are Punjabi, so how could you understand, right?
Of course,
Why
of
I'm
course.
speaking English? Because you, English is just a language. Uh, it works in this way that it works as a bridge.
Correct.
It connects two people having two different languages,
Yes.
right? Being a common language. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we are learning. That's
Yeah.
a great statement you have stated just now. Now I've seen many times, and don't take it on me, okay? People, or especially youth generation, are so excited. They are so exuberant and jubilant in order to learn for an accent, like American,
Uh-huh.
British, Australian, Canadian, right? Rather focusing on their pronunciation, they love to sound like a native speaker. What do you
Mm.
think about that statement? Shall we learn any accent or not? If yes, so how can? And if not, so why not?
So I think it's a very personal question and depends to person to person. It vary from person to person. If they have got so much time, and if they want to be, if they want to speak, yeah, if they want to hurt themselves as a in different accents, and if they are having that atmosphere, that environment, yeah, definitely they can learn, because learning language is not bad, but it's not a compulsion that, yeah. As I already told you, that this is not our native language. So we are just only we are just learning this language just to express ourselves. Or if the students they are learning, that means they are learning just to clear their exams. And moreover, if we are concerned, then during the interviews also it is necessary. At that time, for all these reasons, we are learning English. Otherwise, Hindi is our Rashtra Bhasha, and we are very proud of Hindi. So why to learn different accents? Because nobody is going to appreciate it, and nobody is going to give us the medal that you are learning this accent. So my perception of learning this language is only just to express my views. And as an English teacher, my job, my profession demands it. That's why I'm just speaking it. But as far as learning foreign accents are concerned, it is totally depend upon their personal choices. They are learning, they can learn. If they've got time, they are free. So yeah, and they are also very contented with their job, and they don't want any further growth or progress. For example, I said that I am content and I am satisfied whatever I'm getting. So if you talk about my personal choice, yeah, I don't want to learn any foreign accent. I'm happy with this. But, right,
Man, you have
you
a
want
very
but
beautiful accent. So why don't you go for any foreign accent as you are an English trainer or English teacher and teaching is your profession and you're really expertise on that. There is no compulsion at all in learning an accent and all. That's true.
your
And
accent is
fact,
also very, very good, and I like your accent. Earlier, I thought as if you are from some US or somewhere abroad country. But
oh
then when I
really?
talk to you, yeah, really, your accent is very much different. As I talk to many people, but your accent is very much different from other people. And yeah, you can also go for learning if you want to learn
No,
different.
ma'am. I'm not at all interested in order to spoil my beautiful accent as I do have. I'm literally content or pacified with my own accent, though I do have a bit influence of foreign accent in my spoken English, just
Yes, you
because
have.
I started learning by talking to them only. Like I've talked with many native speakers around the world in my initial stage, in my learning period, and that's why I got a bit of influence. As you know very well, sometime environment plays a very vital role in
Of course.
one's behavior and personality. That's what happened with
Yes,
me.
I
But
agree.
intentionally, I haven't learned any accent in Mentala because I do emphasize on pronunciation. As you can see, I do give proper and complete time in order to pronounce each and every single word
Yes,
because
yes.
I don't want to be unfathomable to anyone because if they can't understand me, now what is the use of learning this language?
Okay.
Isn't it? So here I have one more question for you. There are many people, they are being excited to learn English. They are so enthusiastic in their initial stage when they started.
Mm.
By the time or maybe they can't see that progress are they are expecting from themselves and they started giving up. They just quit the journey and they don't feel to continue that journey to being fluent in this language. I want to ask why is it so and how can you motivate all these speakers, these beginners, so that they are not going to give up, they not feel shy and hesitate, and they can keep learning this language. Still, they would not reach at that level they are expecting from themselves.
Actually, there is one very important saying that winners never quit and quitters never win. So once if you you just lose hope, and you just in our life also we must never give up. We must always get up. And this attitude must is very much important, not for one but for all. As I teach to my student also that you must never give up. Always get up in your life, and with your broad minded and with your all enthusiasm, you just achieve whatever you want. And if you are giving lame excuse, that means you are not having any strong why before your objective. If you are having a strong why before your objective, then definitely that person will never going to quit. But if he is not having, he is just learning for passion. I can't say it a passion also, just for looking at other people that he is also learning. Okay, I will also learn this language, but he is not that much passionate about this. He is not having any strong objective behind it. His why is not very much stronger. So such people, they give lame excuses and they just quit this thing. So my motivation for those learners is that first of all you find the reason why do you want to learn this language. If there's a strong reason behind your objective, then definitely you will just go ahead and you will not leave it, you will never give up. And if you are giving up, that means you don't need it anymore. That's a simple reason. And Shiv, the bell has rang, and now I have to leave. So
Yes,
whatever is
ma'am. But one thing
unnecessary,
I loved about your statement when you said that why, because if you don't know the answer of your why, you can't
yes,
fly. And
yes.
not even fly, you will cry. So it's better to
Wow,
get the answer of why.
wow, I like it. If you don't, if you don't know about why, then you can't fly, and if you can't fly, then you will cry. Wow, that's a good rhyming.
Yes, ma'am. And I think you are running out with the time, but still,
Yes,
I
yes,
would
yes.
say I'm quite thankful to you. You have given a very precious time out of your busy schedule. And thanks for connecting with me. Some other day, we are going to talk about some other topic, and we'll talk about so many other concepts and aspects of this
Definitely,
language. So thank you for
definitely.
being
I would.
here. Thank you, ma'am. Bye bye. Take care.